in the same exact ballots, vote for a ballot measure that actually demanded Medicaid expansion. In so many red states, one by one, people were able to get Medicaid expansion on their own ballots.
Or senator who stands in the way of Trump's agenda will be primaried. Mm-hmm. So now it's if anyone who stands in the way of this Trump's agenda, if they don't stand in the way of it, they're going to be primaried. I mean, he may change his mind in a month. So it's really hard to say. I don't think Elon Musk is their threat. However, if Donald Trump's not going to show up for them in their primaries, in their reelection bids in 2026, then it's their constituents they should be most afraid of, because that's what Trump is a lame duck president. He has not been really keen to go out. What is he going to do? God, for every single House race that's at jeopardy here? That's a lot. It's a lot. So I think it's their constituents they should be most afraid of here.
Bakari, what does this say about the money in politics and these two men going back and forth? Or is this about something different?
I think it's about something different. I think that it's very, very petty and very childish. I think that it's kind of like the Real Housewives of the Beltway. I mean, he basically called him a welfare queen and told him to go back to where he came from.
Wow.
But I mean, when you juxtapose that against the fact that, like in my home state of South Carolina, 220,000 people will be kicked off of Medicaid in the Affordable Care Act, or in North Carolina, 600,000 people are going to lose insurance coverage. When you juxtapose it against the people who are going to lose SNAP benefits and health insurance, it looks really, really small. Democrats have always said that Donald Trump's a very small man. And you see that. I'm trying to figure out.
I work in policy related to a lot of the things that Medicaid dollars touch, or, as people don't realize, don't touch at all. The states cover because Medicaid frees up spending on things that are unique to state needs. I wish it were a law that you had to get care through Medicaid to be able to drive related policy. People don't realize that, for example, as we covered earlier, 65% of all long-term nursing home care is funded by Medicaid. Okay? Medicaid, not just Medicare. Medicaid actually is what kicks in for long-term care. 65%. It just wipes out a major part. It wipes out a major part of fucking like nursing homes and the funding vehicle for nursing homes in general.
How he has the energy and the wherewithal to tweet throughout the middle of the night at some other man that he just simply doesn't like. Is there not enough going on in the world for him to actually grapple with? And Elon Musk, you know, I believe in radical pragmatism.
It's so funny that this back and forth between these two catty bitches, by the way, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, is not even being had over what I'm talking about. The real impactful cost-cutting initiatives in this fucking bill. Elon Musk is angry because I guess it doesn't cut enough. Or the real reason why he's angry is because it cuts some of his subsidies. But he's presenting it as anger because it doesn't cut enough. It doesn't go hard enough. It blows my mind that is the discourse on the Republican side.
And so I want to destroy this bill just as much as Elon Musk. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And I guess I'll take Elon Musk in this battle.
All right, with us now, Lee Carter, strategic communications expert and pollster, and Democratic strategist Julie Rajinski. Let me just start with you, Lee. There's this new round in this fight. Musk is putting himself out there again. What will that feel like for those senators who've been up all night who have to vote on this shortly?
I mean, on the one hand, it's not surprising that Elon Musk is doing this. He's been very consistent about spending. This is very much what he's been talking about the whole time. On the other hand, the question is, it's really just about his ego. And are we getting in the limelight and having a fight? But I think that the Republicans who are making the vote need to not be distracted by this. We're seeing, though, a huge fracture within the Republican Party. 75% of MAGA Republicans support this bill, but 75% of non-MAGA supporters, Republicans, actually oppose the bill. So you've got a huge fracture in that party, and I think Elon Musk is symbolic of what that is.
And just so people know, Trump, on his Truth Social platform, has responded to Musk already. We haven't heard from him out loud, which we may shortly, but among other things, Trump accused Musk of wanting subsidies. He say Elon may get more subsidy than any human being in history by far, and without subsidies, Elon would probably have to close up shop and head back to South Africa. So, Julie, the significance of this new rift, what do you see?
Well, first of all, Trump is not wrong in the sense that Elon Musk has a tremendous amount of taxpayer subsidies from the United States going to his businesses. And the reality is that if Trump takes away those subsidies or threatens them, I think Musk will cave the way he caved the last time when Trump came after him. I mean, this is not a balanced fight because Elon Musk is the client and Donald Trump is the person who's providing him with the money in the form of the presidency. So, look, Musk can tweet all he wants, but the reality is that if Trump actually moves against him and takes away his subsidies or threatens them, I suspect Musk will cave.
The one difference with Elon Musk, whenever we're talking about him, is just the huge amount of money he has. And one of the other things he's threatening is to launch this third party, or is to fund a third party here. You guys have both worked in this business and have for a long time. How real do you think that threat is? What difference would that make?
I don't think it's real because I don't think Elon Musk will be the richest guy in the world or have that money if Trump moves against him. I mean, if Trump actually uses his platform to disqualify Elon Musk and also to take away his subsidies for SpaceX, take away subsidies for EVs.
Thanks very much for joining me.
Let's listen to Bernard. He came out with this yesterday.
Let me be very clear. Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill, now on the floor of the Senate, is one of the most dangerous pieces of legislation ever brought forth in the modern history of our country. It is a gift to the billionaire class while causing massive pain for working families. Actually, I'm wrong. I shouldn't use the word gift because the billionaires paid for it. This bill is an absolute reflection of a corrupt campaign finance system. The billionaires invest hundreds of millions of dollars in candidates and in elections, and in this bill, this piece of legislation, their investment is paying off. So, what are they getting? Well, the top 1% is receiving $975 billion in tax breaks. Further, and this is really quite unbelievable, the wealthiest 0.2% receive a $211 billion estate tax break. $211 billion for the top 0.2%. In that provision, 99.8% of Americans get zero. Further, large corporations in this bill get a $918 billion tax break. That is what the 1% and the wealthy campaign contributors get. So here's what you get, assuming you're not a billionaire. This bill throws over 16 million people.
What is happening? You have no argument against that because it's true. It's the horseshoe theory. You guys are similar to the freaks on the right. Then you are different. What the fuck is this? Chat, you guys are obsessed with Musk. Yeah, but he's achieved that by creating actually good companies. This chat acts as if he's the final James Bond villain. A Musk dick rider? What is happening? How are you simultaneously shitting on Israel, but then also turning around and being like, I'm actually an Elon defender? Elon also eats Israel's dick on a daily basis. Even from that point, you should probably understand that he's a fucking psychopathic billionaire who doesn't give a fuck about anything. How the fuck is anybody defending Elon Musk in 2025? It blows my mind. Are you all right, man? A Musk moderate? Maybe you should get Musk to be a moderate first. How is he a fucking moderate? His position on this bill is that it doesn't cut expenditures enough. Do you understand that? Horseshoe theory, he says. He's smarter than you. Shut up, discourse bot. Take a day off. You're pissing me off today. Musk cucks. I stand with you. Yeah. I'm a moderate. Elon Musk, who is like the modern version of Henry Ford, also just as much as a fucking Nazi as Henry Ford, is actually a good guy because he built companies. He didn't do shit. He just has money, okay? SpaceX is functionally operated by their COO. it doesn't have anything to do, or what is it, the CFO maybe? I don't know. It's a woman. It's a lady that runs SpaceX. He doesn't do anything. He just has money. He put the money on the table. You can't argue like the right and not expect me to say anything about that. What do you mean the right? What right-winger is saying Elon Musk is a fucking Henry Ford style neo-Nazi who has unleashed a torrent of hatred on one of the social media platforms he purchased because he was forced to purchase because he wanted to do a fucking meme initially. But the Delaware Chamber of Commerce forced his ass to literally, or not the Chamber of Commerce, sorry. The Delaware courts actually fucking forced him to follow through on the purchase of Twitter. So then he took it over and then turned it into a neo-Nazi shithole. What did I just say that the right, the Chancery Court, thank you. What did I just say that was in any way, shape, or form comparable to what the right says about Elon Musk? Oh, God, why am I fucking entertaining these losers, brother? Holy shit. Holy fuck. All right, let's just continue.
Offer the health insurance they have by slashing Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act by over $1.1 trillion. So, $1 trillion in tax breaks for the 1%, $1 trillion in cuts in Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act. Further, it forces millions of Medicaid recipients to pay a $35 copayment every time they visit a doctor. So what is the impact of all this? What happens when you throw 16 million people off health care, you impose a $35 copayment? Well, what the Yale School of Public Health and the University of Pennsylvania estimate is that if this reconciliation bill is enacted, and it's unbelievable for me to say this, but this is what they are telling us. This is what they have studied. If this bill goes through and all these healthcare cuts take place, over 50,000 Americans will die unnecessarily each and every year. 50,000 Americans. In other words, this bill is a horrific death.
Do you ever respond to actual black people in the chat who have nuanced opinions, or do you just respond to the worst takes in order to say something nasty about us? Yes, 26-month subscriber. I'm secretly, or I guess not so secretly anymore, an avowed anti-black white supremacist. You figured it out. Thank you for giving me $5 a month for 26 months and failing to recognize that I was actually, once again, a giant anti-black racist. I.e. saying that we think our version of slavery is special. Chattel slavery is special. It is. It is literally unique in its cruelty. Okay? That other chatter that was fucking complaining was actually trying to say, me. Don't use the fucking slavery as a term when describing slavery. Okay? But you caught on. I'm glad you caught on to my nasty anti-blackness. You did it. Okay? You did it. You did it. You figured it out. Congratulations. I'm glad. Now fuck off, dumbass. You do realize you are behaving like a petulant child when you do this. There are 44,000 people in here, and you want to, once again, make the conversation about yourself. Not about black people in general, but just about yourself. That is the uniquely narcissistic tendency that every fucking social justice warrior has, where they will use emancipatory language, use the appropriate terms, when in fact, it's not about an emancipatory need whatsoever. It's simply about wanting to be heard because you want attention. That's what you want right now. That's exactly what that other person wanted. And you saw that, you got upset, and now you want attention. Okay? That's the only difference here. This is not to like take down a thing that I also agree, which is that chattel slavery is unique.